Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. Got a video today from FBE Capital.
Now, we've talked a lot about how modern women are only after the top 20% of men on dating apps, but they still easily get plenty of matches. However, what seems to be a blessing for modern women might actually be a giant curse, since all of this dating is apparently not working out so great.
I am currently really struggling.
So I decided to delete all my dating apps this morning because I just realized that sometimes they can just be more harmful than good.
I have so many wonderful things that I can share with somebody else.
There's no way I'm going back on the dating app.
And if you do go on it, it's kind of like scary and dark web vibes. Like, it's not fun on there anymore.
Whenever I even get the tiniest glimpse of hope, it immediately disappears.
People like to ask on dating apps, like, oh, what are you here for? Like, what are you looking for? Just to not have a fucking terrible time, bro.
So yes, I look very sexy right now. I just can't be bothered to be single at 33 years old. I thought that was it. I hate dating.
You're back on them and you're just
The wall. It's undefeated and we love it.
so over it and having the worst time.
What do you guys want? I think I speak for every single girl when I say, what is it that you want from us?
But I was just...
I mean, the Chad Rones that you're matching with, just to be able to run through you. That's probably all they want.
second in line, I guess.
Like, I'm just actively looking to date and not destroy my mental health in the process.
But it's really hard to continue to stay hopeful and positive when...
Like, why do you think that they stopped women from, like, serial dating with so many men, that you only usually dated only one man and then you married him? Is because all the trauma you guys are going through right now. This is exactly why they told you to protect yourselves and, you know, not let men in you and things like this. Is because of this. The ancient times already knew this is what happened to women when women were given this. This is why they said you should probably be more modest. This is why we always picked mates for you. Like, this is just your own choices now.
And just...
How to process that. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, not ever trust a man?
my God, it's so draining. Dating is draining, and I just can't keep doing it.
They say it's draining, but the men are the ones that are paying for most of these dates and are dealing with you. So, like, who's really in the worst boat here?
Yes, boys, it's all coming apart. Now, whether you want to call it dating fatigue, getting pumped and dumped, or going scorched vagina, these all perfectly describe today's dating experience for the modern woman, since it is an absolute bloodbath out there, and not the fun kind.
This ain't Sparta.
Nice. Still so f***ing good. Anyways, just like in my previous video, hot guys...
Man, that just made me want to go watch the movie right now. I have to go back.
Guys are brutal on dating apps, linked up here. We're going to dive into why modern women are not having a great time while dating, but this time for different reasons, and we're going to look into why they get so defeated and broken from using the apps.
At what point do you just accept being single forever? I don't know.
Ouch, yeah, that's not looking good. Please drop a like on the video if you think that dating apps are a net negative to society, and comment down below what you
Go to FBE's Capital's channel. Come on, give this man support.
think. Now, the reason why all of these women are not having a great time and why it's so hard for them to get men to commit is because of one very simple concept, which is change does not happen in isolation. And with that,
Change does not happen in isolation. Go ahead.
I mean, when you go f***ing around with the parameters of the dating ecosystem, you can't just tweak it for women only. You might try to, but inevitably, you're going to affect change for both men and women. And those changes are going to have several adverse effects.
A group of 11-year-olds, like literally no older than 11, just asked if I would pop a titty for the boys.
Classic. Now yeah, this might be f***ed up behavior, but guess what? When society starts allowing and even celebrating absolute degeneracy, then women as a whole will be respected a lot less.
True.
And when you lower the requirements for sex, this does not empower women at all, but it actually removes restrictions on men by allowing them to get sex more easily and at a much lower cost.
Okay, these are my rules for a drunk hookup. There literally are none. I don't have any standards when I'm drunk. I was this close to getting Eiffel Tower.
I cheated a lot of times.
So I had a guy over last night and he was from Tinder. So I've taken plan B for the second time this month.
So obviously, when other men see this happening in their ecosystem, even when they themselves do not participate in it, they all collectively get a lot more skeptical to the idea of marrying a woman or even committing to her for a relationship. Because
this is why videos like FBE, videos like mine, videos in this space is teaching men. It's warning men. It's showing men all the red flags out there that we always ignored because it was the girl in front of us. It was the girl we liked.
what you end up with is a complete lack of trust in women that they will be loyal or that they will simply respect themselves and the relationship. Exhibit A. Yup, this dude stepped on the whore landmine and it blew up in his face in spectacular fashion. Wow. I mean, come on. If you want to do this with just bridesmaid or your husband, then that is one thing. But out in the open for everyone to see, then film it and post it online, that is crazy. But yeah, this is the reality of the problem in today's world of dating, where women want to be able to do whatever they want without any consequences and still expect guys to line up and commit to them for a relationship.
I've cheated plenty of times in my life.
Girl, I'm 31 and I want the marriage, I want the kid, like I want the whole thing.
Everyone deserves a one-time cheat in their relationship or marriage. Just a one time.
I disagree.
Okay, well, I'm out here thirsty as shit. asking someone to marry me.
And so guys, remember, you cannot save a woman, nor should you try to. And if you want more proof of the fact that you cannot change a hoe into a housewife, look no further, because here is the ultimate French girl.
I didn't think twice. I didn't have a boyfriend back then. Like, my contract with Zara was done. I was 18 years old, so the world was my oyster.
Now on the surface, our lovely French lady here looks very well put together, has that delicious French English accent.
So the flight is at 2 p.m, which is the best, you know, it's not like too early or too late, it's perfect.
And she has an amazing body. On top of that, she also sounds like she just wants to have a serious relationship, have a bunch of cute kids, and be your loving and faithful wife.
Date. I don't go on dates. It's a waste of my time. But I'm 33, guys. Can we skip the dating part? Let's just get married. That's it. Like, let's just come to an agreement. You like me?
No.
Yeah, I like you. Let's do this.
But trust me, there's a massive iceberg hiding underneath this cute little top. Yep, we now have a 34-year-old feminist stripper who's looking for a serious relationship. Cette meuf, c'est une cata, which is French for she's a f***ing catastrophe. Now the irony here is that she actually did try to quit and she ended up working in marketing for about 2 years.
I had enough with stripping. I can't do this anymore. Like, my mental health was going like downhill.
So as you know, if you do follow me, I quit stripping 2 years ago. I had a complete burnout from it. I met my now ex-boyfriend, so being in a relationship, I just didn't feel like dancing.
Afterwards, she couldn't resist the lure of the pole, and she went right back to stripping.
But now, it's...
The money, the attention is just too good for a lot of these women to pass up or give up for long periods of time. I've seen women do it, and then they go back to it because their normal job is more work, probably like 3 to 4 times more work, and they make 3 to 4 times less money.
It's hard to be content. Some people are really happy being content, but when you never had a stable life, being stable and content feels almost very boring.
My relationship failed, but we are still friends. All right, part 2, stripping in Austria.
But I'm 33, guys. Can we skip the dating part? Let's just get married. That's it. Like, let's just come to an agreement. You like me? Yeah, I like you. Let's do this.
Yeah, not even the slimiest car salesman could sell me this shit. But good luck to the simp that ends up with her, because we all know that she will eventually get her claws into some poor little schmuck and she will suck him dry. Again, not the fun kind, the bloody kind. Anyways, moving on from our stripper Frenchie to this poor little rich girl in the States, since she highlights a whole different problem in today's world of dating, where women in fact self-sabotage for the dumbest of reasons.
I was not the person that I knew I could be. There were multiple areas in my life that I wasn't necessarily happy with. Of course, you don't need to leave a relationship to become the best version of yourself.
So here we have the lovely Sarah, right? Now on the surface, you've got a beautiful blonde with no tats, she sounds lovely and seems to be looking for something serious.
With the type of person I want to be in a relationship, the type of girlfriend, the type of wife.
But when it comes to dating, don't really know how to do it. I'm not on the dating apps. I've never seen dating as a quantities game. I have liked 8 people in my entire life. I did go through and count.
So why is Sarah struggling to get what she wants from men?
I've been diving deep into astrology recently. It's crazy to me how accurate it can be.
Oh great, the good old astrology brain rot. This right here is classic fuckboy fertilizer, because any normal guy that meets a girl like this will think, wow, she's friendly, beautiful, and wants something serious. Great, that's wifey. And then boom, she hits you with this astrology bullshit, and it's instantly, okay, this is not gonna work out long term. I'm just gonna have to f you a couple times and bounce. Yep. I know, some women are gonna get pissed at that statement, but hey, I don't make the rules, okay? Don't blame the messenger. We all know that's how things work. Anyways, the lovely Sarah here is a new wave of delusional and confused women that operate in the dating market by constantly self-healing and finding themselves so much to the point that when they do finally find someone that they love and loves them, they then decide to burn it all down. And why exactly?
I was in a pretty long relationship up until my late 20s, and it was a really good relationship. I could have had a really great life. Then I had to face the very hard question of, okay, am I gonna leave in my late 20s and completely start over, having no idea what's gonna happen? Or do I stay because I love this person? So I made that hard decision, and
yeah, classic word salad bullshit. What? Just say he was a great guy, but you thought you could do a lot better and you left him.
Not saying anything about the other person, but when I figured out really where I was headed, that we were not going to be heading in the same direction.
It's really that simple, and it's the most fundamental difference between men and women. You see, men will work their ass off to build a nice life for themselves and their families, where they want their kids and the mother of their kids to be happy and carefree.
Men are self-sacrificing. We see it. We know this. Again, if women are going to lie about this, but as men, we know the world is built on sacrifice of men. The world operates on the sacrifice of men.
While this new wave of girl bosses, on the other hand, just wants more for themselves. This is not just my opinion, but it's an actual research fact, since the research shows that women who get promoted to high-level positions are far more likely to file for divorce or leave their relationships. So yeah, Sarah didn't have some profound mental breakthrough, she was just enacting her genetically programmed hypergamy. But it gets even better because Sarah is apparently also some profound teacher in how to go from broke to having lots of money. Pay close attention and see if you can spot the problem here.
If you want to be rich, let me just teach you a thing or two that I've learned over the years. When I was probably 16 or 17 years old and I saw this 7 figures check on our kitchen counter from my dad.
Okay, 7-figure check? Okay.
And I remember looking at it and was like, Dad, can I get a new car?
You absolute clown. So let me get this straight. While you were quote-unquote broke, your daddy just casually had a 7-figure check, meaning at least $1 million just laying around on the kitchen counter as if it was business as usual. All the way off. Because if your dad had $1 million check just laying on the kitchen counter, then that means he has access to tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars.
If he doesn't even care to cash $1 million check, yeah, he's pretty wealthy.
So this is such performative bullshit from people that want to pretend that they had to struggle super hard when their parents literally had access to millions and millions of dollars. But now they're going to teach you poor people how to manifest money and be successful just like them.
Part 2 of how I manifested a lot of money. Actually never identified with needing to borrow money, nor have I, because I've always just had it.
Yeah, we know, dipshit, that's the problem. Anyways, she's just a classic case of modern women who have fallen prey to the never-ending nonsense of I don't want to settle or I need to find my true self.
I was not the best version of myself. I was not the person that I knew I could be.
Therefore, constantly destroying perfectly healthy and loving relationships and then complaining about it that dating is somehow not working.
And to literally be swiping through basically every single man in this entire city and it just not be working. It's just not vibing.
And it was a really good relationship. I could have had a really great life.
Now moving on to our third and final example of the problematic cases in the world of dating, and that is the classic I have no clue how to pick men, even though they get presented with a ginormous red flag that could literally block out the sun, and they still jump at the chance to get totally played by a fuckboy.
We started talking.
He's just really good looking, FBE. What can they say? They can't resist the charm.
He was British. What the f was I supposed to do?
Yeah, what is a girl to do? I mean, it's not like she can just say no, right? Anyways, the lovely Holly here is again looking for something serious, just like Sarah and just like Dirty Frenchie, but she's apparently not able to tell when a guy is serious or when she's just getting played.
And FaceTimed me and her and his mom and like was like, this is the one, I'm gonna marry her. I was like, holy sh**. Took me to an all expense paid trip to the Bahamas. That was our third time hanging out that he did that.
So okay, taking a girl
This guy is super ultra wealthy. What the hell?
out to a nice dinner at a fancy restaurant is perfectly fine if you want to do that and you can easily afford it. Don't spend any money you don't have to try and impress a girl. However, an all-expense paid trip to the Bahamas on the third date?
It's like $400 a night. And he took me, paid for everything.
Yeah, that just stays.
$400 a night? Is that a lot of money? Because that sounds like a lot of money. I don't want to pay $400 a night.
It's bringing my plaything along for a nice trip.
That's
and
crazy.
so Holly loves to blame this whole disaster on love bombing, since that is a nice little excuse for women to avoid using any basic brain function. This is not some grand wizard CIA manipulator, and that becomes very clear when you see how badly he fucks up.
And then he like has to travel a lot for work. He travels to Vegas. I find out that he changed my name in his phone.
Classic. This is such an obvious and dumb move. So the fact that she saw this on top of the fact that they went to an all expenses paid Bahamas trip on the third date should have alerted Holly that clearly he is not serious about her, but she did not want to see it. And it gets even worse when the dude goes to Dubai and he does the following.
He had to leave for Dubai like the next day. And in Dubai, you can't call on WhatsApp.
Okay, so another classic fuckboy bull story, because yes, even though the UAE partially bans voice over IP, they have in fact allowed voice over protocols from certain providers. So if the pretty British boy actually wanted to call you, he could have easily done that. Not to mention the fact that it's also very easy these days to get a local SIM, or you can even get a virtual online SIM that will allow you to call people outside of the UAE, especially in Dubai. Now yes, this will...
Yeah, I actually have Mint Mobile. I have two phones. One's Mint Mobile, one's AT&T. So yeah, save money.
Cost you a lot more than a normal phone call to the States or Europe, but I'm sure that the guy who's willing to fly you out to the Bahamas on the third date for an all expenses paid trip can easily spend $50 to make a couple of phone calls at least 2 or 3 times during a 10-day period.
So we texted for like 10 days.
And he would have done so if you guys were actually serious.
True.
Now, one of the reasons why he wouldn't do that is if he's with wifey and the kids, and wifey does not let him out of her sight.
When I'm talking, you're not talking. No, when I'm talking, you're not talking.
This was Modern Women Are Breaking Down from Dating. Please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos.
I mean, that does kind of cover all the archetypes of the women that are, where are all the good men at? Yeah, miserable women that hit the wall, don't understand the dating market, don't understand men, don't even understand themselves, and are just desperate for attention, desperate to settle down, and desperate for kids because they know that's probably the best thing they're going to be able to do in their life. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, really appreciate that, and I'll see you next time.